In a shared office setting, there are plenty of things to be suspicious of, like the office refrigerator. Is this even food? Was it ever? Oh no. This is worse than the Chinese food from last month. Don't do it, Linda. Oh, Linda did it. Recognizing suspicious malware in your office technology isn't always as easy as smelling a carton of funky stir fry.
First off, thank you so much for this opportunity. I was humbled when I was asked to contribute to the record's recent publication highlighting the passage of the ADA and was shocked when I was considered for this program today. As an elected official, I have a difficult time keeping any response or remarks to 5 minutes. Luckily for all of you, I wrote my remarks down today. And in light of the virtual environment, I know Chris does have that mute button. And I echo his sentiments that if only Chris Wallace and the American people had maybe had that same luck and fortune on Tuesday. 16 years ago, I found myself face down in 18 inches of water. I remember hearing the sound of my neck break. My body wouldn't move because it was in shock. And just before that, I had been at a family reunion for a friend I had just met in college. We were playing catch with a football and singing by the campfire, something I promise I will leave to Simon. I won't share that with you tonight. But back in that water, I remember thinking to myself that I had had a really good life up until that point, and I remember letting go. Luckily for me, the girls were lifeguards and they were able to get me breathing again. They would call an ambulance, and ultimately I would be life flighted to Sioux City, receive a neck fusion, and spend the next 6 months in a rehabilitation hospital in Colorado. Leaving that rehab hospital as a C5 quadriplegic changed everything that I had learned up until that point and any trajectory that I thought I had mapped out for the rest of my life. However, after reflection and 16 years of learning, it also taught me a great deal. It taught me the importance of going to the balcony, metaphorically, not literally, because hey, there might be stairs. However, the importance of taking a second to see the big picture. Over these last 16 years, I've cried a great deal of tears with frustrations of the little things that I can't do, but I can go to the balcony and see the whole picture of a life that I've been able to live, and all of those roadblocks seem insignificant. Perhaps most importantly, this disability taught me the importance of perspective, attitude, and reaction. You see, I no longer have a choice or control of many things in my life. Honestly, I didn't even have control whether or not I was able to put on a t-shirt for this presentation. You all have my mom to thank for that. However, I do have the ability to control those three things: my perspective, my attitude, and reaction. Focusing on what is out of your control is simply allowing yourself to become distracted. I recognize that I still have my mind. I was able to go to college and I have a supportive network of friends and family. We should all be so lucky. This disability also taught me so much about organizations, businesses, and the workplace that I never would have thought of or had imagined had it not been for my accident. Suddenly, I found myself reading job descriptions and questioning not only my abilities, but wondering why in the world so many jobs require you to lift 10 pounds. It left me asking, if I were to go to a restaurant on a first date and ask her to open the door for me, is that rude or just showing her that I believe in gender equality? Navigating an inaccessible world strapped to a 300-pound power wheelchair has been enlightening, if nothing else. What we are going through as individuals, organizations, and as a nation in regard to COVID-19 is traumatic. People have lost their lives, their businesses, and their livelihoods. For many of us, it's turned our lives upside down and forced us to think differently about everything we had known, just as breaking my neck had done in my life. I hope that we learn from this moment and recognize the opportunity that we have before us, not only to impact the people in our lives, but also our businesses and the world around us. We can acknowledge those struggles that COVID-19 has unleashed, but also go to that balcony, choose the perspective, attitude, and reaction that we have going forward, and think differently about accommodations, inclusion, and making sure that everyone has a seat at the table. We can take a second to think about the language that we use and whether we're selling ourselves short by cutting the orange in half and not collaborating and finding a mutually beneficial solution. We can rethink those archaic job descriptions, ask the extra question, and remember that we are given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We can choose to be innovative, nimble, and resourceful to come out better on the other side. Not everyone was given this opportunity. Let's not squander it.